Hello, so it's Claire from the Lash Studio here. So I'm going to go over the full application today with you from start to finish. So we'll start by cleansing the eye, making sure there's no mascara, eye makeup remover on. You can see here I've just got a little bit eye makeup remover on, some cotton pads, and I'm just going over the eyelashes. If there was mascara or any kind of old product left on the eyelashes, the Bonder won't work as good. So we're just giving them a good clean over. If you have difficulty getting little bits out of the eyelashes, sometimes it's easier to brush them out rather than just doing a cleanse. So we've brushed through the lashes, made sure they're all nice and clean, and now we're going to secure the bottom lashes. So you can use tape to do this. Like you see, and this girl has got really long eyelashes, so I'm just securing them bottom ones down before putting the eye pads on. Just makes it a less fiddly when I'm putting the eye pads onto the eye without them bottom lashes getting in the way. So making sure the bottom lashes are secure in place is very important, because we don't want the Bonder to be sticking to any of the top lashes throughout the application. Also, you can see here with the iPads, now that I've put them on, I'm making sure that there's no lashes as well that's hidden underneath the iPads, because then obviously the lashes would look odd on either side. Not using a sharp tool to do this, I'm just using a micro port, and I'm just going over and just checking them inner corners. We're not going to use anything sharp tweezers to do this. We don't want to be poking the client into the eye. Okay, so once the iPads are all in position, then we can start with the application of the Bonder. Now, to use the Bonder, we use our precision tips here. One, because of cross-contamination, these are disposable, so we will throw these away after each client. But these also make the application of the Bonder very precise. We don't want big clumpy lumps of Bonder being on the eyelash. So the precision tips help evenly distribute the Bonder through the natural lashes. As you can see, I'm not putting it all the way at the top. We do just put it onto the root and a little way up. Then the segments will literally just clip on to that tackiness in the Bonder, and then you can use a little clamp to secure them in place. I tend to try and put as many segments on as possible before clamping them. This means if I am unhappy with any of the placements before I've clamped them, I can remove them and I can shuffle them about into a position I was more comfortable with. So as you can see there, I've put on all the segments. They're going all into position, and now I'm going in and clamping. The clamping is what's going to keep them secure and keep them in place the full time. So making sure all the natural lashes are clamped down onto the segments will give them longer duration. So again, you can see now we're moving over to this eye and doing the same, repeating the process. I have moved the client's head as well. Remember, you can move the client's head to make it comfortable for yourself. You can gently pull up the lid there and get in there with the Bonder. I don't want the Bonder to be going on the skin or the iPad. It's going to make a mess otherwise. If it does go on the iPad, don't worry so much. Just try not to make a massive amount of mess onto the iPad. However, if it does go onto the skin, make sure it's cleaned off immediately, because you don't want to be having to pick off bits of Bonder once you've showed your client the beautiful lashes. Again, you can see the segments are literally just clipping on into place there. Now, if your tweezers are dirty through this process, if they have a little bit of Bonder on them, the tweezers tend to stick to the lash and make it hard for the lash to release off onto the natural lash. So make sure you've got clean tweezers throughout this application, throughout this process. If you find that the segments of lashes aren't sticking onto the lashes, 9 times out of 10 it is because a little bit of Bonder might be on your tweezers, which is preventing them obviously releasing off the tweezers onto the natural lash. So again, you can see position and then going in with a separate clamp to do that, so that I don't get any Bonder on me other tweezers. Now I'm going in with some sealer. Again, you're going to make sure that you're not using the brush from the sealer for cross contamination. We're using this one, and then this can be thrown away. So we're just going to put the sealer along the top and the underneath if necessary. And this is just going to take away the stickiness because the Bondi can be quite sticky. So it's just going to make sure that all that stickiness is gone and seal the position of the Bondi and the lash. Gently checking that there's no stickies underneath before releasing the eye pads, asking the client to open the eyes, and then removing all the tape. You can come round from the front angle to check that you're happy with the position of the segments. And if you did need to move any, or the client wanted you to move any, this can be done. So we'll just take them off. If the client eyes water at this point, give them a tissue straight away. We don't want any water getting in the process. And there we have it. Finished results.